We have 5 questions for you today related to social. Hi everyone, I'm here with Mayank.
Hi, John.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good, good. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Mayank Punjabi, and I'm the marketing manager for Centrepoint. I handle the social media, digital, and brand for the GCC region.
First question, where do you see the future of social media and the content going?
Honestly, I see the content and the communication becoming more customized. It's going to reach a point where you're going to see what you want to see, the brands you want to see, the kind of content that you like. It's going to be very customized to the person's preference. And I see it already moving in that direction. Of course, I'm talking about the near future, not really, moving into a place where we're speaking 5-7 years down the line. But I also feel that apart from that, AR will become a huge part of social media as well, which I feel it's gone from a point where it was tech savvy. Then it became, really, it revolved around imagery. Now we have moved to a place where, videos are more engaging. And I think the next step is going to be where experience will be the next big thing.
Do you think the metaverse is gonna become one with social media, or is it gonna be separate?
I think for some time it's going to remain separate. I think it's gonna still have to build its loyalty. It's going to have to build its audience actually, because while it's a very interesting interesting space. I just feel that at least in the near future, social media is going to do a good job to still compete with it. But moving forward, I mean, metaverse is, again, because nothing beats, if you can see, right, when we were 7-8 years back, it was more about text, like Facebook. Facebook was about posts, Twitter was about the text. From there we moved to Instagram, where it was about the images, it was about the visuals. There we've come now to where videos are engaging. If you want to do anything, you just want to communicate through videos. And I just feel that the next step is going to be experience. And sooner or later it'll become one, but I think we still have some time to go.
Okay. Yeah. And as a brand, what value do you get from social media? Like if you had to describe it in 3 words, what would you choose?
So we get eyeballs, of course. If we do something, we get more number of people to see it. It's not restricted to the people that shop with us. It's not restricted to the people who know about us. For any brand, that is, you get the kind of eyeballs that you, if you're doing something great, you will get the eyeballs. And the good part about that is that good content and good work gets appreciated. I mean, if you are doing good content, or if you are doing engaging content, what ends up happening is you will get those, you will get the kind of eyeballs that you're looking at. Second word that I would probably use is engagement. I mean, social media has changed the way you interact with your audience, with the way you interact with your customer. And I think that's why, and that's why we are on there. We want to do something to make sure that we are always interacting with our consumers. We're telling them what's new. We're telling them how much we appreciate them. And I think that was something that was not possible. It was harder, definitely. It was more expensive. It was more expensive, and honestly, I mean, there were such limited ways of doing that, and of course, I feel social media has kind of changed that.
Yeah, it bridged the gap between the brands and the audience.
It bridged the gap, and it gave you various ways. You're not just restricted to a certain way of communication, and I think that is something that. That is something that it's
we're lucky.
Yeah, we're lucky to be here, and of course, and because I think at least me. I mean, I learned it when social media was becoming a big thing, and it's so interesting. Like you don't know what's next. Yeah. And the third word that I find very interesting is perception. I think I would use the word perception because social media is one place where you can actually change perception of your audience, of your customers. Like your customers might think that you're a certain kind of brand, and I just feel that since brands have gotten on social media, you kind of have a perception about the brand, and you can build an image. Of course, you had that previously, but now okay, previously I think all you could do was, you could either be seen as a value brand, you could be seen as a luxury brand, you could be seen as a premium brand, all those things. But now you can be seen as a funny brand. You could be seen as a cool brand. You could be seen as a brand that's witty. And and people look at you in a cool way. And I feel that social media has allowed that. Social media has allowed you to be kind of person. Yeah, and kind of create a personality for a brand, which is of course amazing.
Okay, and if you had to choose between social and offline, if you had to choose one,
it would be funny if I chose offline, right? But no, of course, no. I would go for social media again because of how dynamic it is. I mean, for all the points that I said, it's a place where you learn every day. It's a place where you don't know what to expect. You're not doing the same thing over and over again. Like, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, 2 years back, let's go 3 years back, 4 years back, and you were like, wow, Snapchat, right? I mean, that's amazing. Like, what? Amazing, this is it, right? And then Instagram came up with their reels, Instagram came up with their stories, and like, all right. And then who knew about TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And then TikTok blew it away. So it's really interesting. And please don't get me wrong, it's different content. Like, you might think that, yeah, social media, we put it under one umbrella, which is rightly so, but like each platform has its different different features and different ways of communicating, and I think that's something that I really enjoy in social media. Again, another thing that I enjoy, and I'm going to be a bit cheeky here, is social media allows you to correct your mistakes. I think to a certain level. It's not printed. Yeah, it's not printed. It's not gone out of print. And like, for a company like ours that runs through GCC, of course, with the number of stores we have, our ATL marketing is huge. With social media, yes, I mean, thankfully it's not happened, or even if it has, I'm not going to accept it. But on social media, it's quite easy to like correct your mistakes, which I find is cool, and that's how I feel it should be. So yeah, so social media marketing, and of course the fact, like I said, I mean, I'm always going to prefer it because it gives you a chance it gives your brand a chance to create a personality, and I think that is the biggest reason.
And what are the challenges that you face managing social media?
Oh, well, the challenges, I mean, of course, given that it's so easy, right? Of course, it's a pro that it's a benefit that you can engage with your audience, but at the same time, you have to be very sensitive. As a brand, you have to make sure that none of the things you're communicating or none of the things you're saying offend any kind of audience or your customers. So you have to be very, 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 very careful about it, and especially for a brand like us that is present in across GCC, right? And you think that it's GCC, it's one region, but different countries have different topics, have different taboos, and it's very and you need to be careful about what you're doing. And not only that, if you're trying to do something funny, at the same time, something might be funny in one country and it might not, even because of the difference in dialect. So that is one challenge that I feel, it's something that we have to live with, but I think that's all right.
Okay, and now like a funny question, or a light question actually. Yeah. What's the funniest thing that you've seen Centrepoint be tagged in, like a UGC comment?
Well, actually, funny you asked that. It's very recent actually. It's something that happened this week, and we're tagged in a meme. Okay. Where it's a conversation between a lady and her lawyer, where the lady has been talking to the lawyer, and she's talking like, that the lawyer was her divorce lawyer for more than a year, and after a year of using his services, she goes like, hey, it's what, I've decided to get back with my husband. Can I have my money back? And the lawyers replied, honey, I'm not Centrepoint. Yeah. you can't get your money back. That's not how it works. So yeah, it's very, and the way it was written also was really funny. And so yeah, we do get tagged in these things. And again, we try our level best to see if we can use that, if we can engage. And these are moments where you can probably push the envelope a little bit. You can have a few tongue-in-cheek moments, and we are always, we're always trying to move in the direction where we always
I'm sure
appreciate
as a big
that.
brand, you get a lot of these as a big brand.
We get it. Again, we get it, and we're moving to a place where we actually engage with it a lot. I mean, as time moves, like, I mean, memes were something that when they first came out, it was a means of communication between friends, between family, and then you saw the brands used it so nicely. And now, I mean, a meme like this is something that actually cracked us up, and we're like, yeah, you know what? And it got viral, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it was not something that we just saw on Twitter. It was we saw it go viral, and we were like, wow. And it's true. Like, he's not Centrepoint. He's not going to give you a refund like we do. So very funny, and we do get tagged in these things, and we try and reply, and we try and, like, you know, acknowledge the posts.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming today. We enjoyed it. I hope you did too.
No, it was a lot of fun. But thank you so much, John.
Thank you.